Top of the day to you, great and wonderful people of Biafra. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has given his unalloyed support for the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, in the person of Honorable Simon Ekpa Njoku. This was conveyed in a message he personally gave in court during his last outing. These are salient points, and these are very hidden points, indirectly placed, but message well passed. Many persons did not understand or did not really think deep to really decipher what the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra was trying to indirectly communicate to the people of Biafra. But those who think deep, those who are smart enough, have already decoded the hidden message. And this is what I'm here to do, to decode the hidden message to the people of Biafra and to demystify the mysteries behind the message that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, passed during the court case. Now, before I go into this, I would want to let our people to know that it is pertinent and important to always listen to the end of my videos, because most times, at the end of the video, very juicy informations, very clear points or clear explanation to all I've said will be given. Now, I want us to understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated about 4 principles, very important principles of IPOB. And what are those principles? He said, number 1, we shall never be afraid before our enemies. We shall never be afraid before our enemies. Number 2, he said that we should say the truth at all times, even if it's at the expense of our own dear self. We should say the truth at all times, even if it's going to lead to our dying. We should say the truth and nothing but the truth. He also went further to say that we should fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. That is the number 3, the third principle upon which IPOB is built. He said we should fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. Today, you see the Biafra Liberation Army fighting for those who cannot defend themselves. And the last but not the least point that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated as being the 4 principles upon which IPOB is built, he said that we should help the needy. At all times, we should help the needy. If you look at these 4 cardinal points, you would understand that the Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku has always been doing this and has met all these criteria. Now, I will gradually move into the exposition for the day, and I will tell you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said and how he said it and what it meant. But before I do that, I want to show you how the Biafra Liberation Army and the Prime Minister and his cabinet members are defending those who cannot defend themselves. How they are fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. These are men on ground. These are men moving to defend the people of Biafra. The video you are seeing now are the men of the Biafra Defense Forces moving about the bushes and searching for the invaders and the people who have come to decimate our own people. And they are protecting the land and protecting our old women and children who cannot fight for themselves. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called the principle upon which IPOB is built.
Good morning, dear friends all over the world. You can see men at work this morning. Today is Wednesday, 20th of March, 2024. We are out to go and search for our enemies in our forest, to fish out all the Fulanis and all the Janjaweed inside our forest, out of our land. We don't need them.
Now, before I go further to explaining to you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said in court and to demystify the mystery behind what he has said, I would love for us to watch this video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just watch, then I'll come back to explain things. Now you have listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am going to demystify what he has said and also let you understand and open your eyes clearly for you to see those who are moles in IPOB, those who are stooges, those who are just there for the zoo government, collecting informations and giving to the zoo government, those who are there to sabotage their brothers. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about three things. Anybody who is stealing is against the Biafran struggle. If you are a thief, if you are stealing things, you are not a member of IPOB. This is where I want to explain to you, because most persons do not really understand. They just watched the video and passed on. They did not really think deep into what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the second point he made was, for those who understand Igbo, you understand that Ebama is to go and sabotage somebody, to go and talk about somebody, to go and report somebody to the enemies. So Onyo Bolana Abama is a saboteur. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. If you are a saboteur, you are against the struggle. If you are reporting the camps of the Biafra Liberation Army to the zoo government, you are a saboteur and you are not part of Biafra. Tell me what Chinasa Nwuru and the DOS have been doing since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Tell me. They have been balama. They have been balama to the zoo government. They have been exposing the camps of the Biafra Liberation Army to the zoo government. They will come online indirectly say that they do not have camp in Osu, whereas they have one of their biggest camp in Osu. They will come out and say they do not have camp in Okigwe, whereas they have camp in Okigwe. They will come out and say they do not have camp in Owerri, whereas they have their former ESN camp in Owerri. What they do is they come out and say where their camp is, and they will say they do not have camp here, but they are indirectly telling the government that this is where they have camp. And they are selling the informations of the men to this zoo, and how men were being buyed. Innocent men were being buyed. Ibama, saboteur, exposing informations of your people to the zoo government, divulging very, very important details to your enemies. That was what Chinasa Nwuru and his like did all this while and have been doing. One time, the boss in South Africa, Ikenguruagu, came out to say that the zoo military should decimate everybody who is doing businesses around where the camps are, that those people are the people responsible for giving information to the men. This is Ibama. This is to expose the people to danger. This is to sell your brothers. This is what they are known for. This is what they are known for. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking to them categorically. Abraham, to sabotage your brothers, to sell their informations to their enemies. This has been the trademark of the DOS since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. So who do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking to, and who do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supports? I have demystified one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's point. Another point I want to demystify to you is this, the second point. The second point is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given order for nobody to talk about Simon Ekpa. That on no account should you talk about Simon Ekpa. Everything that Simon Ekpa is doing, nobody is allowed to talk about him. Even he, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not allowed to talk about anything that Simon Ekpa is doing. I would want to demystify it, but it is very sensitive. This point I want to make is very sensitive, but I will code it in such a way that people can, will understand a bit, but it is very sensitive. I want you, Biafrans, to understand that whatever is done now, it is a game of intellectuals. And I want you to understand that anything that is happening now, it is game, pure game. And the game I'm talking about is not about deceiving people. The game I'm talking about is pure game of the Zoo government and the Biafra government. Pure game. And if you do not understand the game and play the game very well, you would lose out. You know how they play draft. You know how they play chess. You know how they play the game of chess. This is exactly what is happening. You must play your part to the best of your ability, else the other is going to win you. Why did I say this? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to talk about Simon Ekpa. Even when he was asked about Simon Ekpa, he pushed it. He just waved that question. And then Ejiofor, Ejimako went further to, seriously warn the person who asked that question and told him never to go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. It is a very, very fragile area for you to go. Don't go there. Don't go there. There is a reason why you should not go there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be found to either be supporting Simon Ekpa or be against Simon Ekpa openly. There is a reason. There is a reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be found supporting Simon Ekpa. People who are wise will understand the game, and that is why I told you it is a game. People who are wise will begin to add 1 + 1 to. Okay, let me use this as an example. Simon Ekpa converted or switched the name of the of ESN to Biafra Liberation Army and the Biafra Defense Forces. He changed the name. Why did he do that? Some people have known that it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that instituted ESN, and then they want to be committing atrocities and they will claim it is ESN that is committing those atrocities, and they will go further to rope those atrocities on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, claiming that it is his men who are doing that, and by so doing they would have an evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But Simon Ekpa converted that changed it to Biafra Defense Forces, and has since then claimed responsibility for every action, and then channeled every action and every blame that you want to blame, or you want to cause on anybody, or you want to put on anybody's head, to his head. So if there's anything, put it on the head of Simon Ekpa. And that is the reason why he said he is not taking orders from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but those who have reasoning, those who have sense, understand what is playing. That is why he said, I will not take orders from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in dungeon. Because, understand the game here, because he could be under duress while making those orders. Understand the game. Understand the game. Because I will not come out to tell you everything clearly now. Understand the game. And there is a reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be found against saying things against Mazi Simon Ekpa. Remember my 2 points. I have explained why he must not be found supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa. And I have also indirectly explained why he must not be found against saying things against Mazi Simon Ekpa. You must understand that everything that is playing out is about sense. It's about the game. It's about understanding what is on ground. I want to ask Chinasa Nworu and his goons a very important question. Now, the important question is this. Chinasa Nworu and your partners in crime, why are you very much interested in MNK talking about Simon Ekpa? And why are you much interested in a Jimako stopping the person that wants to ask questions about Simon Ekpa? Why are you so interested in those questions than being interested in the failing health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why have you ignored the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come out to say that his health is failing him, that he has lumps under his arms? Why have you failed to ask those questions? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that he has swollen lymph nodes, why are you not asking that question? Why is he not being taken to the hospital to be properly checked? Why are you interested in who talks about Simon Ekpa and who does not talk about Simon Ekpa? Biafrans, have you cared to ask why? They don't care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They care about their own relevance. They care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemning Simon Ekpa to give them relevance. They care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu giving them relevance. They do not care about any other thing. They do not care about you. They do not care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They do not care about the plight of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All they care about is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to give them relevance so that they can siphon and steal from the Biafran people, so that they can continue to be relevant and continue to oppress and bring down the Biafran people, and continue to use IPOB to collect money from this government, from the politicians. That is what they want. I also want to ask, or I want to say, if you say that a Jimako stopped MNK from talking about Simon Ekpa, then you are indirectly saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not bold enough to stand on his own and talk about whatever he wants to talk about. You want to tell me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being controlled by anybody, by his lawyers? That is what you want to tell me. You want to tell me that the lion we know, that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, would be controlled by some other person. You want to tell me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have a mind of his own to speak on matters that he wants to speak on. I want you to understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given order. Nobody should talk about Simon Ekpa. Whether he's doing good or bad, allow him to continue doing what he's doing. You are in no position to speak about Simon Ekpa. This is a direct order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is obeying that order. And that's why when you ask about Mazi Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu will not talk. There is a reason for that. Those who understand game, those who understand what is playing out, those who are reasonable, those who think far, will understand the reasons why he must not talk about Simon Ekpa, and he must not talk against or for Simon Ekpa. So my people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fully in support. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given his unalloyed support to Simon Ekpa. Those who understand, understand. Thank you for listening. Biafra first.